Jemu ceiling. Hey guys, welcome to my channel. Now, if you are here because you saw my post about me teaching photography, if you saw it on Instagram or Facebook, please leave a comment in the comment section below. I want to know if my post was actually effective and if persons are actually here because of that. But if you're not here because of that post and you are here because you saw the title of this video and you're interested, welcome. Welcome to everybody. Welcome to my long-time subscribers. Welcome to new subscribers. And if you are not yet subscribed, please subscribe. Now, for the next couple of weeks, I'm going to be doing a series of videos explaining the basics of photography, but I'm going to be using my own knowledge, my own experience, my own working definition for different things. Now, I am a photographer who I've been doing jobs, all over Jamaica. I've done weddings. I've done, I would say, almost every kind of photography related job that there is. Now, there might be one or two things that I may have not done, but I am still experienced. I am an award-winning wedding photographer. I do I would say between 40 and 50 weddings every single year. This course will explain the basics, intermediate and advanced stuff, and I'll also be touching on the business aspect of things, because if you have a camera and you're passionate about photography, with the understanding of three fundamental things about photography, you are, I would say, almost ready to go out there and start making money. Did you know that you don't need a very expensive camera to be making money from photography? Some of us watch too many YouTube videos, and that is why I'm going to try my best to not make my videos like the other videos on YouTube that has a ton of information telling you about which camera to buy, which lens to buy, what goes with it. I want to tell you this: whatever camera you have right now in your hand, not your phone, not your phone, but if you have a camera and you are passionate, I'm going to teach you the three things that you need to understand, and then you can start taking on jobs. It's as simple as that. What are those three things? They are shutter speed, ISO, and aperture. Now, these are the three fundamental things that every photographer must know. Now, these three things will make or break your photography, all right? ISO is basically the light sensitivity of the camera, right? So a big ISO number means the camera is more sensitive to light, so the camera sensor will detect more light, while a smaller ISO setting like 100 will reduce the camera's sensitivity to light. Now, there's one thing that I want to note. With a high ISO number, the higher you go with your ISO number, in certain conditions, you will start to introduce grain into your pictures. This is because, the camera, you're forcing the camera to see what it can't really see, and it will start to struggle in creating the image, and so, you have mismatch, or, pixels start spoiling, and that is basically how you see grain. The next one is going to be aperture. Now, aperture is basically a hole in your lens. So this hole, or the size of this hole, you can change it using the settings on your camera, but the size of this hole on your lens, called the aperture, is measured in f-stops, right? So I have a lens right here. I'm not sure if you can see. I'm going to try. If you can see, there is a hole inside this lens. There it is. There's a hole inside this lens, and that is measured in f-stop, and that is what is called the aperture. The aperture is not on the camera, people. The aperture is controlled by settings on the camera, but the aperture is actually the hole inside the lens. There are some lens that has an aperture ring that allows you to change the size of the hole, or to change your aperture settings basically on the lens. I have one of those lenses. If you want to see me do a video on that lens, please comment in the comment section below. So I did ISO, which is this light sensitivity of the camera, aperture, which is the size of this, which is a hole in the lens measured in f-stop, and I want to touch on shutter speed. Shutter speed is one of the more interesting ones. It can be very tricky. Well, aperture is tricky at times, but I mean shutter speed to me I think is one of the important ones that you really should get. And shutter speed is simply, as the name suggests, the speed of the shutter, the speed at which the shutter of the camera basically closes. And so a fast shutter speed will give you a short exposure, meaning the camera will let in a small amount of light, while a slow shutter speed will give you a long exposure, letting in more light. And shutter speed also can cause a thing called motion blur. Now, motion blur is where we kind of get into the advanced stuff that I do not want to do for this video. But motion blur is basically if your shutter speed is not where it is supposed to be for whatever situation you're photographing, you might actually get ghosting, or your image might look blurry, which is not what you want. So it is good to understand shutter speed, and it is recommended that amateurs, persons who are just getting started, to shoot between 125 and 200 for your shutter speed. Do not go below that or do not go above that unless you know exactly what you're doing. Now guys, if you want me to do a video detailing each of these items, ISO, shutter speed and aperture individually, please leave a comment in the comment section below. But if my explanation thus far was clear enough and you're good, then we'll move on next week to how to get a camera. And next week's video is going to be geared mainly towards persons who are interested but do not have a camera, persons who might have the money and want to buy a camera, persons who might have a camera and wondering if they have the right camera. I want to talk about camera next week. Camera, lens, and the memory card. We're going to be talking about the equipment next week. And by next week, I would strongly suggest that you guys stay tuned to this channel, because I might post the video very soon. Alright guys, so thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you learned something. If you did not learn anything, please let me know in the comment section below. If you learned something, also let me know in the comment section below. If something was not clear for you and you want me to explain it, please leave me a comment. Whatever challenge, if there's a plus or a minus for you for this video, let me know in the comment section below. And as always guys, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.